Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna learn how to build a point like a pro. Let's get right into it.
Hey, what you need, man, I got it, wow. What you say, we about it, get the cream, Why you slacking? Why you talking out the top, boy, you can't. What you need, yeah, I got it, with the team, we about it, wow. Get the cream, why you slacking?
Watching the best in the world on TV, they always have a purpose with every shot that they're playing. They're never hitting just one shot mindlessly. Everything has a purpose. And today we're gonna break down how the pros are doing it. We're gonna look at the mental aspects, the strategic and placement aspects, and also individually what you have to do in order to build a point like a pro. Let's get into it. So mentally, how are the pros building their game, building their points? It starts a long time before they step on the match court. It happens weeks before in the practice, and they think about what are my strengths and what do I want to achieve in the point in the match. So it's about having objectives. Do you want to take control of the point? Do you want to destroy the game and play very short the points? Or do you want to make your opponent miss? All of these are things that you have to keep in mind when choosing your strategy on how to build a point. And then it's very important that you create patterns that you can rely on in matches. For example, Rafael Nadal, slice wide, forehand open corner. Really the most simple tactic there is. And mentally also, you should never be hectic. You should be confident, and when playing, you do what you put in your head before, and you don't pivot and you don't panic. Alright, so let's get into what it comes down to. The strategy and, more important, the shot selection, shot placement. We're gonna do some drills now where we put a lot of visual cues on the court, because that's really how you should play. Obviously in the match you cannot put a cone, you cannot put a can of balls. You have to kind of imagine these targets and then play towards them. Or what I like to do is you predetermine in your head the shot sequence you're gonna do, and then you just stick to it. So for the shot selection, we're gonna start with the classic, the bazooka of tennis, serve out wide. Forehand, preferably open corner. It can also be a backhand today. What does this do? It puts your opponent off the court and then makes him play a running backhand. Alright, now we get into really the individual part of tennis, how to build a point like a pro. We're gonna run the serve out wide, forehand open corner or first shot open corner pattern, and I will give you different scenarios on how you play the point depending on your own strengths, and also taking into consideration the potential weaknesses of the opponent. So let's start. Let's imagine I'm a very aggressive player. I want to keep the point short. My opponent is better than me from the baseline. He wants to play long points. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the open shot ball, super aggressive, even if I might be a bit on the back foot, even if it's a tougher shot, because I don't want him to get in the rhythm, get in the rally, and then I'm gonna go right after it on the net to really shorten the point, maximum 3 shots from my side. Now the roles are reversed. I'm the more neutral player and my opponent likes short points. Maybe he's not the best mover but has very aggressive shots. So I'm gonna serve out wide and then I'm gonna control the point. I will not take a lot of risk, but I will make him run. I will go into the open corner, then again into the open corner, again, until I draw an easy ball, or as it happens most likely, the opponent that has more aggressive but risk-taking shots will make an error. Alright, now the third way to play our pattern. We're gonna take into consideration that the opponent is very fast and loves to play balls on the run, or potentially even has a great backhand on the run or forehand as a lefty on the run. So in this case, the open corner pattern is maybe not the best, so we're gonna change it into playing against the running direction. Because players that are very fast, often they cover the open court quickly and they're not the best at changing directions. So we're gonna go wide and then we're gonna play again on the same side, taking out the threat of the running forehand or running backhand. Building points like a pro is not just about mindlessly executing and playing patterns, it's about taking into consideration what your opponent is doing, and it's also about defending patterns in a world-class way.
Want to increase your chances of winning and outsmart your next opponent? I'm Hendrik and I've decoded the pro tactics that can give you the edge in every match. Join my exclusive Tennis Tactics Masterclass course and dive into the winning strategies that can transform your game. Don't just play tennis, play to win. Seize this opportunity and take your skills to stratospheric levels.
This is what we're going to do right now. We're going to talk about your opponent, putting you in the so-called backhand cage, which is when he has the dominant position in the rally with the forehand inside out, and how you can escape, considering two different options in their strengths and weaknesses. First way to deal with the backhand cage is assuming your opponent has a weaker backhand than you. Then you really want to stay with the backhand cross court. Stay in the cross court rally, go for depth, even if they keep playing forehands, go for quality and depth of the shots right on the cone, and you're gonna like what happens. It's the first way to deal with the backhand cage if your opponent has a weaker backhand than you. Alright, the second way to deal with the backhand cage is assuming your opponent has a weak forehand and is not good on the run, but has a better backhand than you. In that case, you really want to get out of the backhand cross rally as fast as possible by playing a slice down the line, making them hit the forehand on the run. Especially if they're not so comfortable on the forehand, they're going to loop it cross into your forehand, and now you're in control of the point. So this is another key component of how to build a point, the risk-reward strategy. You always have to keep in mind, how much risk do I or my opponent has to take on this shot, and what is the reward? Do I have a better court position? Is the opponent on the run? Do I finish the point with a winner? These are all very important concepts that you have to think about when building a point, and that you should elaborate on, sit down and really think about in matches, after matches, how you can improve them, and in order to have a more profound and better understanding of the game. Talked about how to mentally approach building a point like a professional, also the strategy, the shot placement, and most importantly to really take into consideration who am I playing. Don't just mindlessly copy patterns. Think about who is on the other side of the net and what are your skills, what do you like to do. And this is also the most important thing. You have to find out for yourself what are your own strengths, what do you feel most comfortable with, especially under pressure. Because sometimes there are shots we master in practice, but in the match they're not working. So find out what works in the match, what you can rinse and repeat that is successful, and you're going to become a much better tennis player. Guys, thanks for watching. We're back producing more content for you guys. It was a long summer, and let me know what you want to see next. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.